The 1988 film Killer Klowns from Outer Space is definitely more of a comedy than horror. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I have watched the 1988 film Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the last spooky movie video thing I'm doing for the month of October. I mean, I'm doing a lot of spooky movies anyway, so whatever. But aside, to end October, we are going to do Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I have seen this movie once when I was 8 years old, and when I was 8, I was like, what is going on? Like, I was scared, sort of, but I also saw movies like The Predator, Scream, Halloween before that, so I wasn't as scared of Killer Klowns from Outer Space compared to the other ones. It definitely is way more comedic. So when I re-entered watching this, in my mind I was like, alright, I don't think this is going to be very scary. And it's definitely not. It's very, very cheesy, and I can definitely remember why. I can understand why people love this movie. It's really stupid. I mean, the movie's called Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Like, the movie starts off pretty normal. You have this wild cop named Officer Mooney, who is just a terrible person, hates everybody, and it's just like, wow, this guy deserves to die. Like, well, not really, but you know what I mean. And you have all these teenagers making out on this hill, necking.
Yeah, boy.
Like, the cool kids called it. And then you got this flying star coming down. The main characters, Dave and Debbie, go to it, and they actually figure out, well, it's a alien spaceship for clowns, and they get shot by popcorn. And then they go meet Mike, the police officer, who Debbie once dated. Dave and Mike go out there, and Mike handcuffs Dave because he's like, you tricked me. Even because the other cop's like, oh, don't fall for it, it's a lie. And then they start seeing things, but all this going on, the clowns are just scattered everywhere, just wreaking havoc. They go to like a pharmacy store, and they're like knocking all things off. One gets sprayed in the face by like shaving cream, and the owner's like, stop it, you stop it. Like, he's so traumatized, because I mean, I would too if I saw these freakish clowns just destroy my store. I don't know if I would be mad or I'd be like, man, something needs to happen here. But you have these like really funny scenes with the clowns. Like, there's a scene where a guy's driving like 80 miles an hour, and the short clown just comes out of nowhere, driving nothing. But like, you can see like the headlights on his feet, and the guy's like, "Oh my gosh!" And it is just havoc. And through this whole thing, the clowns are shooting people with like cotton candy guns. I sound like a deranged man right now talking about this whole film.
Oh my God!
Anyway, so when the clowns are doing that, then you got Debbie and the gang. Debbie gets caught by the clowns, and Mike kills the clown because he got to shoot him in the nose. Before that, this clown goes to the police station, gets Officer Mooney, takes him into the cell, and Officer Mooney, cuffs him, and then the clown, like, his hands fall off, so he, like, runs into this cell, and then he kills Officer Mooney and turns him into, like, a giant cotton candy thing, and turns like these other prisoners cotton candy, and then he's just chilling there. So then when Officer Mike shows up, he shoots him, and they shoots him in the nose and kills him, blows it up. So bizarre. This movie is so bizarre, and me rewatching it, I was just so mind blown how bizarre and stupid this movie is that I loved it. And like, when Debbie, I kind of forgot when I started watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a nude scene in this movie. Which there isn't. You see Debbie, and she goes to the shower. Usually it's the 80s, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got to see a nude scene, because like I said, it is the 80s. What else is new? Anyway, so Debbie's in there. Things are growing in like her clothes bin, and they're like little clowns trying to eat her. It's so wild. This is right before she gets caught. So then you get the rest of the gang. Then you get Mike, Dave, Rich, and Bob. They all go to the carnival where the clowns are at. And the rest of this movie, like I said, it's just chaos. The acting's not very good, and it's just utter chaos. But the four guys go there, and they go into the circus, and they go into this big tent, which is the spaceship for the clowns. That's where just chaos happens again. So Dave and Mike find Debbie in like this ball thing. Mike shoots it to break her out of it, but then you have the other two, Rich and Bob. They fall down a hole, and they find clown girls, and they start banging the clown girls. Does it show it? No, but later on you can definitely tell something was getting frisky with those boys. But for the rest of this part, they're all getting chased by clowns. The other three, Debbie, Dave, and Mike, are all getting chased. And they go into this big open room. And I kind of forgot this. Like, I feel like this movie is just like blocked out of my memory until I rewatched it, and then things are slowly coming back. The boys, Rich and Bob, drive through the wall, and they use the mic because they have like an ice cream truck, and they're like talking in it, saying like, "We are your master, do not hurt them." And so the clowns listen to them, and the other three try to get into the ice cream truck. And once they do, they can't leave because they drove through a wall, so it's like they can't get out. And then this giant clown from nowhere, from the ceiling, drops down, like this big monster clown, right? And they're all trying to escape. Mike is being the hero, and he tells them, "You guys leave, I'll stay behind." So they all leave, except for Rich and Bob. We don't know what happened to them. Liar! Well, they get like destroyed by the big monster. But Mike fights the big monster clown, and the spaceship is about to take off too. You're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And right before it does, Mike kills the big clown, stabs him in the nose with his like police badge. And I just sat there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I kind of forgot. Like, I forgot so much that happens in this movie. So I felt like I just rewatched this movie for the first time ever. So that whole thing happens. The whole spaceship blows up. The clown car drops from it. And Mike is alive. He's safe. So is Rich and Bob. They were in the back. Everyone's like, "Oh, I thought you were dead." And they're like, "No, we just hid in the freezer." That was it. So that's the movie, Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I don't know why, but it was just such a bizarre movie, and I can definitely tell why people love this movie. Now, for me personally, I know this is like a cult classic. I just was not vibing with it. What did he say? I usually like really dumb movies like this, but I just was not vibing with it. It felt almost too campy for me, where I just was not into it as much as I was hoping I would be. Especially when I was like 8, I only watched it once, and I just didn't like it then, and I definitely don't like it now. And I like campiness. I usually do enjoy campy movies a lot because they are fun to watch. Like, campiness is always peak for me, but this just was a little too campy. Like, when I think of campy movies, I think of like Evil Dead 2 is pretty campy, and I really love Evil Dead 2, but this just was too campy for me to enjoy. I guess that's the best way to say it. Now, if I had to give this a rating, I'd give it like a 3 out of 5, which I still think is fine. It's just right down the middle. So I think 3 out of 5 is just a solid rating for this movie. I don't think it's the best kind of movie. It's definitely not the worst. But like, if you have someone in your life that's like, "Oh, I'm not a big fan of horror movies," you could definitely show them this movie, and it would probably warm them up to more actual good horror movies. But this is just more of a good time kind of movie. That's how I kind of look at it when I was watching. I'm like, this is a fun movie. It's a movie that I would never take too serious, which I think is perfectly fine. I think it's a fine movie, I guess, for that. But regardless, it was alright. I did hear that like Ryan Gosling wanted to do like a remake of it, which I thought was so bizarre to hear. That man is trying to do a lot of remakes, which is kind of cool, but I guess we'll see what happens in the future. If you guys made it to the end of the video, do you guys agree with me on Killer Klowns from Outer Space? Did you guys like it or did you not like it? What other cult classics should I check out? Do you think I gave it a good rating, a bad rating? I would love to know all your comments, all your thoughts down below. If you think I say it's too campy, that's a bad thing or a good thing, like I said, let me know down below. But last but not least, as you guys stay safe and happy Halloween.